This week, my project from hell continues as I pick up where I left off with seeing if I can redo our dining room for under $100. And it's not going very well.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you, I am completely over the saga that is these chairs that I just can't seem to finish. So I have finally gotten to the point where I'm looking for different alternatives to get the stain out of some of these crevices. Like you see these little spots here, this crevice right there. There are spots like that seemingly all over the place. And to be completely honest with you, the reason why these chairs have been taking so many months is because I just don't have the time to sit down and do like teeny tiny little like sanding here, sanding there. Like I just don't have the time. If I wasn't working a full-time job and doing YouTube full-time at the same time, I would probably have the time to do it. But seeing as I have 2 full-time jobs, I don't have time to do that. So I have been looking into alternatives to sort of alleviate this problem. I'm realizing that you can't, in fact, see my face because of the shadows. So I decided that it would be a good idea to stock the out of some furniture flipping social media pages. These are people that like professionally do this stuff. By no means do I know what the I'm doing. So I have decided to go get a stripper that this woman recommended, and like, yes, it is toxic. But you know what? We're gonna have to go toxic because for some reason I thought it would be a good idea to get non-toxic stripper, which doesn't actually remove that much stain. Like it was like a lot more work than it needed to be. It sat on the chairs overnight and then it was like a lot of goop trying to get it off. And this stripper takes 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go get those, I'm gonna go get those materials now and hopefully it goes according to plan.
So after sifting through my selection of stains here, there was quite a few that were nice, but there was one in particular that stood out to me, and it's called Rustic Beige. I have a really good feeling about this one. The only reason why I didn't choose any sort of like water-based stain was because their options were really limited. They either had really light or like black, no in between. And this is the stripper that I'm going to be using. This is the one that was suggested by some professional furniture flippers. Okay, little pause here. There is something that I would like to share with you guys. I'd like to note the fact that I have stayed true to the titles of this series and I have not yet spent $100. The last stain that I used, I ended up returning because I didn't use it. I just put a couple brush strokes on the chair, so I just returned it because it was unused. I do this because not only does Lowe's not care, but also it just prevents it from ending up in the landfill because I'm not going to end up using it anyways. So yeah, just because I purchased something on camera doesn't mean that I actually end up keeping it. So in conclusion, I have not yet spent $100. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So right after this, I ended up having to go to Walmart because Lowe's did not have any preconditioner that was for oil-based stains. I came across this one, which is the same brand, so I'm hoping that it works. They only had these like teeny tiny little mini ones, so I just for good measure ended up buying both of them.
All right, so I am back with all of my materials and I think I chose the right stain this time. I mean, we'll have to find out, but I'm feeling pretty confident about this one. What the f? Honestly, I think the other one was definitely too pale. And the fact that this one is called Rustic Beige sounds promising to me. Side note, I really love Snoopy. I finally connected my old Apple Watch to my new iPhone, and I think that this is so cute. It changes every time I turn my wrist. How cute is that? Oh, it's like coming up.
All right, so I have to hose this thing off because there's stripper on it. And honestly, I'm kind of hoping that it worked, or at least it got up some of the stuff that I wanted to, but I'm hoping it got the vast majority of it out. I am only now rinsing this out a little bit early because as I was trying to carry the chair in to rinse off some of it for the night, I tripped over my tripod, and I don't think that I can say this on camera without getting like flagged. So I'm going to use like words where you can figure out what I'm saying. I stepped on the tripod, which has a very sharp edge, and the red liquid that usually comes out of a person when they are hurt was all over the place. Like there was this like red liquid, starts with a B, all over the house. I'm gonna have to call it a night because of that, but I do still need to rinse this off so that I don't like damage the wood.
So it is the next day. This chair is fully dried, and to be completely honest with you, I thought that I was gonna have to go in a second time and like remove even more, but it turns out that it worked really well. So I'm going to put a section of like conditioner on the chair, and then I'm going to stain it to see if I like the color of the stain before I commit fully, because I hated the last one.
So I'm gonna use this stuff that I got at Walmart. This was the oil-based prep like conditioner, so that it like helps to prevent some streaking. Oh, it's just oil. I don't really know what I thought it was going to be, but all right, and that's it. All right, so now I'm gonna wait 5 to 15 minutes to let it soak into the wood, and then I'm going to kind of wipe it off, and it says that I have to apply stain within 2 hours. So as soon as I wipe that off, then I'm gonna hit it with the stain. All right, it's been officially 5 minutes, so. Okay, so now I have my stain, which is again, rustic beige, and I'm supposed to just stir this up, sort of do the same thing. I'm just sort of lightly stirring this to get all of the colors out. And I am glad that I'm doing this because it is a completely different color now. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for like 2 minutes. I know it says 5 to 15 minutes, but the last time I did this, it ended up sitting like on the top and it just looked terrible. This time I'm gonna try using a rag to apply it and then kind of see how that goes. See if it goes on any better. I feel like that's not any better. What the f? Okay, I don't really know what to do about this right now because I feel like it's coming out very blotchy, which I don't feel like is normal. I suppose I should just leave it. It does say it takes like 4 hours to dry, so I'm thinking in the meantime, I should probably just walk away, see how it dries, see if the color changes. And this is perfect timing because I have to run some errands anyways. I'm expecting a package to get here, so when that gets here, I'm very excited. I'm just gonna set that up. Okay, so this is a little bit random, but I ordered something on Prime Day that I've really been wanting, but unfortunately, Kirby got to it before I did because I was not home at the time. So thank you for that, Kirby. Thank you. So you can't really tell from the box, but this is a hydroponics system because honestly, with the price of food getting so expensive these days, I'm looking for an outlet to kind of alleviate a little bit of that. And granted, this isn't very large, but I do eat a ton of lettuce. I love lettuce. I especially love arugula. I eat it every single day. Don't know why, I just love lettuce. But lettuce is kind of expensive in Los Angeles. Like getting a bag, like a small bag of arugula is $5. And so if I'm spending $5 every 2 days or whatever it is to eat a bag of arugula, like that's kind of an expensive habit to just eat. So anyways, I bought this hydroponic system and I bought all of these
like different kinds of lettuces, and I am so excited. I think it holds like 10 or something like that, and it's a self-sustaining system. I suppose it doesn't really matter that I open it from the top considering what Kirby has done, but I'm hoping that it works because I won't be able to return it because, again, Kirby got to it before I did. So yeah, the thing that's like awesome about this is that you just fill it with water. There's like a reservoir, and then the light is on a timer, so it just grows it for you. This is awesome because it like extends as the plants get taller. All right, first and foremost, I'm growing arugula because it is my favorite. They're tiny little seeds. Next, I'm gonna do whatever this one is. Spinach, chard, other kinds of lettuce. This one. Okay, now I'm supposed to put like some water onto these plants. Now I've got a plug. Oh, that is so bright. Very, very bright. I think that's it. All right, I'm just gonna leave her there and I guess update you guys in a couple of weeks, see how it goes. Okay, so I just woke up. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, so please ignore the fact that I am very swollen right now. I am very frustrated right now because I just found out that the chair stain did essentially nothing to the chair. And for whatever reason, the chair stain looks a lot darker on camera than it does in person. Trust me, it's not actually this dark. It just looks dirty. So this means I now have to go back to the store, return the stain that I just bought, and go buy different ones. Except here's the thing. The reason I am finding out that this chair does not stain well is because it is made out of maple wood. And now I am not a woodworker. I don't know anything about wood, really. But I kind of stumbled across this information by accident, and I was like, oh, I wonder, like, I should probably find out what kind of wood it is, right? So I assessed it, and it turns out that it is maple wood. And the issue with maple wood is that it doesn't absorb stain like other woods do. So it gets blotchy, or it doesn't absorb it at all, or after extensive research, what I found was that woodworkers were saying that maple wood is sort of in its own genre of unpredictability. So there's no exact science to it. You don't know if it's going to blotch. You don't know if it won't. Bearing that in mind, I'm going to go back to Lowe's and I'm going to go pick up like 6 different stains because I don't know what's going to work. I feel like I don't have any other option at this point, and I'm very discouraged and frustrated right now.
So after looking around, these are the 3 stains that I landed on. I went with darker because I'm hoping that the wood will just absorb it more. Reggie. Oh, good boy. Come on, Reg. Reggie, come on.
All right, we are just going to repeat this process. Okay, so it has been 24 hours and I have more or less come to a conclusion. I pulled out the wrong chair. Okay, so this stain does not work for the chair because it came out completely splotchy, so it's basically useless. I also did this chair here just to make sure I didn't screw it up the first time, and it ended up exactly the same. Luckily though, this dark walnut color didn't come out splotchy at all, and it just hid any of the problem areas that the wood had before. So here is my thought process. I'm thinking the lighter backed chair with the darker stained wood. It's honestly going to, after I did some research, it's going to look a little something like these photos here, but I really have some concerns because I did go into this wanting lighter chairs, but it's just not possible. I could do a paint wash, which would be 50% tan paint and 50% water, and do a brushing over the chairs. But the problem is that I decided that having too light of chairs just didn't contrast enough with the room. It sort of just like washed everything out. So I needed to go with something a little bit darker, but unfortunately the wood, like I said before, just does not take well to it. So paint wash, that option's out the window. And I'm not going to just paint the chairs because that's gonna look like complete and utter shit. So I feel like this is kind of the only option that I have right now. So this is where I really need your guys' opinions, because I'm sitting here with my own opinion and I'm overthinking it. And I have no idea what's gonna look good or not. And Tim seemingly has no opinion, which is not helpful at all.
What? You didn't even ask me. I don't even know what colors. You've never showed me the colors that you stained. You didn't even ask me.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. I have no idea what colors you've tried.
Well, they're sitting right in front of you. I told you which colors they were.
You showed me the blotchy one because you were like, oh, it's blotchy, look.
And then I showed you the dark one. I said this is going to look like some Hobby Lobby bullshit.
It's 2. Didn't you do 3 or 4?
I did 3.
Yeah, okay, so it's the third color.
Another stain that looks exactly the same as the dark one. There's no point in showing it because they look identical.
Well, then you clearly didn't ask my opinion because you've already made up your mind.
No. Like I said, he has no opinion. I don't know what to do. So yeah, please let me know if you think it's going to be good or bad or whatever. I just need opinions. I need a polling of opinions so I can weigh out what looks good and what doesn't. So please, comment your opinion. Man, this project f***ing blows.
Well guys, it looks like my project from hell lives to see another week. If you'd like to watch something more visually satisfying, might I recommend this video where I transform the kitchen in under 2 hours. I was actually very surprised at how much of a difference this simple fix made.